is the self-made international beauty businesswoman worth an estimated 490 million euros. Dubai-based Huda Katan is also one of the world's leading social media influencers with over 37 million followers.
Huda Katan, thank you so much for inviting Euronews today.
We are so happy to have you guys here.
I'm looking forward to a nice little chat with you, yeah?
Of course, of course.
And these are your new offices. We're going to get a tour?
These are our new offices. We expanded because we were hiring some people.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Business is going well then?
Business is going very well.
Did you ever think, that you would have this global, beauty empire that is doing so well?
I think when you're starting out, you don't really know exactly what you're getting into. You know that you feel very passionate about a cause. You feel very, very hopeful, too, that what you're doing is going to become something big. And so, we set goals, and then I think ultimately, after we achieved them, we would have a new goal. And so we would just always kind of push forward.
Tell me your family story and how it all began for you.
Oh boy, do you want to hear it all?
Could be a long program.
My father and mother immigrated from Iraq, and they moved to America, to find better opportunity. My dad was a professor, and we kind of moved around a lot. It was a little bit of a hard time. I don't remember my childhood necessarily being the most amazing or happy childhood, because I think it was always a little bit of a struggle when my dad was studying and, trying to, really make ends meet, ultimately. I probably struggled with a few issues like fitting in. It was a very different environment. And so I definitely feel like it built my bases, but it kind of made me very gritty. And I feel like, it was probably a struggle when I went through, but it made me kind of, not a shark of a businesswoman, but it made me a tough businesswoman. I feel like not that many things will ruffle my feathers sometimes.
You're on Forbes' list of most successful female entrepreneurs, alongside the likes of Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey. That's quite nice company, yeah?
I mean, those are my two role models. So definitely, it was a huge honor to be part of that list. And it was also, it's very humbling as well, because I think you work so hard, and you don't always look for, a time where you feel, hey, people are actually acknowledging us.
What do you think has been the biggest challenge in terms of coming up with a business concept and then leading your brand into the success that you're having today?
It's funny. It's like a gift and a curse. I think the beauty industry was so hot when we entered into it. So it was kind of a good thing because there was so much momentum, but it was also more challenging because everybody was trying to play. And I always say this, everybody wants to be a part of beauty, but some people actually are a part of the beauty, the beauty space. And, I genuinely am obsessed with finding tips and tricks to look prettier because I always wanted to be a cute kid. And so I still feel like when I'm playing with makeup, I'm still in my childhood state where I'm experimenting with things and, trying to find out ways I can find out, be cuter and then share it with the world.
If you could give your younger self a little bit of advice, what would that be now then?
That is deep. I think the thing I would tell her so much is you're never going to satisfy everyone, and it's and I always thought, why do I focus on people who maybe don't love me? And I think about my opinion of what their opinion would be. And I started thinking about what about people who love me? Yeah. Why don't I think about what they think about me? And it's hard. Why do we care so much about what people think? But that's who we are as humans.
How important is it for you to be seen as a strong female woman, who empowers other women, which is, you've got a lot of girls who do look up to you.
Thank you. I take that very seriously, actually. Even in our social media, I always say it's a responsibility. When we started out in our business and we started to feel some success, I started to somehow, it's weird, when we started to feel the success, I lost the motivation because I was I almost started thinking about the purpose of why we do this. Why are we doing this? And I started thinking, I really am doing this for my kids, my daughter, and the people that are going to be surrounded, the next generation of not necessarily millennials, but Gen Alpha, which is the 0 to 10 mark. I'm really thinking about people like that. And I really care about what world they're going to grow up in so much because the social media, and I can tell you from being in it, has put so much pressure on us. And we are inundated with content. We are inundated with stimulation constantly. And so I think about that a lot.
As a fellow working mum, the challenges that come with that and the balancing, can be quite tricky. Do you feel pressure?
I do. I always think about my daughter every step of the way. Honestly, I never wanted to be a mother, to be honest. And when I ended up having a child, I got very serious about it. And I asked her often, do you want me to just be your mom? do you want me to quit everything and just be your mom? And she said, nope. I want you to be Huda Beauty. And I'm like, okay. I'm taking that very seriously. And I do realize that, you know, she looks at what I do and she thinks of women very differently than the way, you know, we thought about women growing up, where feminist was a bad word. She sees it as a positive word. She sees, you know, it's a very different world that I think she's experiencing. And I think it's, you know, I want it to be a really amazing world where people are very, you know, they're in touch with themselves too.
Family, and I've seen this right from your sister Mona, who's in business with you, to your staff here. You know, they're your family, your extended family. You know, that's very obviously important to you.
It is.
How is it working with a sibling? Because I would fight with mine.
Oh, we do. It's challenging because I think a lot of times you say things to your family you would never say to most people.
No, exactly.
You know, and so, you know, there's definitely boundaries that we cross. And I think we've been doing it now together for a long time, so we've learned how to assimilate and work together. Everybody has a style. You kind of need to learn it. There's going to be times where you want to adjust to it, times where you don't. But ultimately, we are all working towards a goal, and we're all trying to always push each other better, you know, inside out.
How important has Dubai been as a city in terms of being able to set up here, and how conducive do you think it is as a city to business?
Oh my gosh, I don't think that we would have achieved what we achieved in the US. Sheikh Mohammed, his vision, you know what it is? It's his ability to think limitlessly. That for me was so inspiring when I was starting out. I mean, Dubai is a new place. The UAE is new. It's 40 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me what country is this amazing in 40 years? And it's challenging when people first move here. I think they need to find a way to assimilate. I never want to leave.
Do you ever pinch yourself?
I think every day I do a little bit. I'm very grateful for my team. So coming to work with my team is amazing. I'm very grateful for the amazing people I have around me because that's very inspiring as well. Yeah, I think we do.
Who keeps you grounded, or what keeps you grounded? Obviously, family is a big part of that for you.
My daughter. She's very grounded, you know. She's just very simple. Like, she doesn't care about all that stuff. She just wants to, like, play with Barbies or, like, make slime or make colorful rainbow spaghetti. So when I go home to her, it's like, it, like, fulfills my soul.
What does the future hold for Huda Kattan?
We're not just a beauty brand. You know, we are here to make the beauty space, you know, with all the other amazing brands, but we really want to have a forefront in it. We want to make the beauty space like somewhere that's warm and fuzzy and people actually feel empowered because of beauty.
Please invite us back
I
in the
will.
future. Huda Kattan, thank you so much for
Thank
speaking
you.
to us. It's
Thank
so
you.
lovely
Thank you,
talking to you
Jane. It was
today.
amazing. Thank you so much.